So, we're getting, Bezrat Hashem, ready to celebrate a very special, very emotional Chag, Chag Pessach. And everybody gets ready with a lot of voting, a lot of nice Hidushei Torah to say at the table, things to enrich the seder, as if it wasn't rich enough. But there is a point that seems to be missed by a lot of people. If you pay attention around two things. First of all, at the time of Yetziat Mitzrayim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu asked the Bnei Israel to take blood and put it on the mezuzot. We need to realize that it was put inside the house, not outside the house. Not like the cartoons that you see. The cartoons, they show it as strong. It was inside the house. And everybody asks the question, why do you need oath? We need the siman, HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't know. What's the point of this blood? Why blood? And blood represents death. Yeah? So that's one question that we're going to answer soon. And the second question that we will raise is how come the Agada needs to be said? You need to say it at the time when the matzah and the maror are in front of you. We could be saying the Agada already from Rosh Chodesh Nisan, but no. We need to do it b'shah shematzah u'maror munachim lefanech. What does the matzah and the maror will add to the historic story that we say, the Haggadah that we say on Pesach? So in order to answer both questions, it is important to realize what HaKadosh Baruch Hu expects from us on Pesach. When we were in Egypt, when we were in Mitzrayim, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu asked us to take the blood and put the blood inside the posts of our home, says the Magid Mesharim. The Magid Mesharim is a book that was written by the Beis Yosef, Rabbi Yosef Karo, where he interacts with the Magid, the angel. And he asks that question, and the angel answers him. The Magid answers to the Bet Yosef and tells the Bet Yosef that the blood represents death, which should awake fear. Any normal human being, if he sees blood, it triggers a reaction. It triggers a reaction. And the purpose of this reaction, says the Magid, is in order to awake fear in Bnei Israel, and through that fear develop bitachon, trust in Hashem. And the zechut, says the Magid, of that bitachon is what protected Klal Israel on the night of Pesach. It's a big chidush. It's a big chidush. Once again, HaKadosh Baruch Hu knew very well who's Jewish and who's not. But it wasn't enough. Klal Israel, the Bnei Israel, had to do something muchashi, something that is sensible, palpable, in their essence, in order to connect to the bitachon. And that bitachon gave them the zchut of the psicha, of the Pesach. And this is a very deep message in what the Magid is teaching us. People tend to believe, or would like, to be exposed to miracles in their life. Ways where, or situations where they see that Hashem protects them. They want to see the hand of Hashem. A miracle. I believe that every single one person in this room had a situation where he saw a miracle or would have liked to see a miracle. As we spoke in last shiur, the beginning of the year, Nisan, is identified by the concept of miracle. Nisan is the Milashon Nisim, Nes. Here the Magil reveals to us how a person can be zoche to a Nes. Don't expect to be in a situation and just pray for a miracle. There is something very practical that needs to happen in a human being in order to trigger the dynamic of the concept of Nes. It's called the hishtadut, the effort. But not just any effort. An effort that will awaken the person what is called bitachon, the trust in Hashem. Not a blind faith. It's not a blind faith. It's not emunah. Bitachon, it's a security. It's a feeling of protection. A feeling of comfort. That you are protected and secured and enveloped by the presence of Hashem. And no matter what happens, you know that you're protected.